All right, so Thug mentioned, seemed like a lot of people in the rap world, he mentioned GloRilla. Let's start there. In a mean-spirited clip, he called her ugly and mocked her features, later apologized publicly, saying he was having a hard time in jail and doesn't feel like bashing women. First of all, just first question, straight up, as a woman, is Glo ugly?
No.
Okay, now, is Glo gonna feel away and say put the R's on every word she say with third, F third?
I
That's
think
how
she
talk.
did do a little clap back towards it, but I don't think that she gonna give it too much energy. I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. She a star. She was at the VMAs just tonight, looked great. I wouldn't, if I was her, I wouldn't give too much energy to that. But what did you think about him disclosing that to his girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist? And I think her and Glo actually worked together a few times. So wouldn't that make Mariah fake as well?
Now that I think was fake. I do think the fact that you work with me and then you sitting up and y'all laughing and joking about my looks or something, that would make me not probably want to work with you. I would feel a way if we were trying to build some type of friendship, relationship, businessship, or whatever. However, my intake on this situation is he was having a private conversation with his significant other, and if I put myself in their shoes, boy, I think a lot of people be mad if they sit and heard some of the stuff I tell you late at night. About,
and so that was going to be my next point, which is it was supposed to be pillow talk, but this is the caveat. Thug, known street gangster in real life. Not making these words up, not putting false words on Mr. Thug. But Mr. Thugger should definitely know that once you enter the arena, once you enter the ring, the jail, the prison the system, period, protect yourself at all times. All calls are monitored. It tells you that
when you make the call. That's true.
When your brother Dwayne called me, it say that all calls are monitored.
Yeah.
And so that part is the part that baffles me a little bit. Now let's go back a little bit. In a different clip from a actual interrogation that he had, that he claimed. I watched some of the interview last night with Big Bank. Shout out to Big Bank. That was a fly interview. You were asleep basically, but you woke up a few times. And he was explaining that that's a whole different situation. That was before the jail clips, right? But said that he was flirting with the attorney lady, and that you would have had to see the video or be there to get a sense for what was really going on, saying that those words weren't like I'm ratting words. When he used the words, I'll tell you anything, just don't tell the world. And of course, Big Bank, RN, great guy, OG and RN, said, he said, Thug, that was crazy. Did you hear it playing back, Thug, and how did you feel about that? Now, just the part, I'll tell you anything, just don't tell the world. How did you feel about that?
I don't think it was a good look. And if flirting consists of you compromising the person you are, then you don't need to probably talk to that person. But was he compromising, or is that who you are? Are you willing to tell and do anything to get what you want?
Well, he also went on to say later in the interview that his name's not on anybody's emotional discovery, or all his testimony says that so-and-so didn't do it, you see? And so that's how he was justifying what
yeah,
he
but
was.
that's cute. But if you hollering at a person and you willing to tell them anything, your name don't gotta be on the paper. It's almost like, you remember when we was kids and they say don't tell nobody, but you got that one person that's doing like this.
Yeah,
that's what it gives me.
Yeah. And you're talking about the leaked
Like they turn, they point, they telling, but they ain't telling. Like ain't nobody saying nothing, but
And you talking about the interrogation portion.
yeah, so.
Okay, because I do feel a slight difference about the pillow talk and the dry snitching. Down here where we from, when we was young,
call it dry snitching.
if you just for no reason out the blue just said Carlos and them robbed for no reason, nobody asked you about what Carlos had did, that's called dry snitching. And so he was pillow talking and simultaneously dry snitching knowingly, consciously. And he said that, man, you know what I'm saying, I was 23 and 1. Can you imagine being locked up for 23 hours? You got 1 hour to talk to Mariah, the scientist? You see? Right. And so I'm not justifying thug at all.
Yeah, but I get it. Life happens, and sometimes it'll. But see, that's the thing. Pressure will reveal who you are. Real pressure. I mean, are you gonna fold or not?
He also criticized Future for being 100% locked in with these bees instead of 100% locked in with his kids. Do you think that could be repaired? He also said in the interview with Big Bank that everything that he said that we heard that he said to the people as well. I'm gonna just be real. I don't think he said that to Future.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I do think Slime is an honest guy, but I just don't think he said that to Future. Anyway, how do you feel about? Do you think that they could repair their relationship? Because I think that they were kind of close friends and business partners in the music business.
I mean, because as a friend, if we're really friends and we're business partners, I should be able to be truthful for you. And if I feel like, hey, you focusing too much on this than your children, I mean, that's how I feel. And I think, I have a right as your friend to tell you the truth.
Now, in this podcast, we talk about things that's major, and this topic is definitely major. I want to know your personal opinion about Future situation.
See, and on the outside looking in, I think he can do better with his children.
Okay, great.
I'll say that.
Great. And I think we'll get back to that. I think that's one of our quick hot fire questions at the end of the pod. Next, he shaded Travis Scott. While comparing everyone's real life struggles, he crudely referenced the Astroworld tragedy as 11 murders, said Travis got 11 murders on his hand. I don't know if you know what happened at the Astroworld concert and a bunch of people got trampled, killed and everything like this nature at Travis Scott concert. And I don't know if it's consequences to come in the future or not, but that was just crazy to reference that, like, knowing that the call is being monitored. That's all I'm saying. Like, if I say a lot of stuff to you. I mean, I pillow talk. I'm more than guilty. I'm married. I pillow talk with my wife. Okay, don't tell me if you don't think that she gonna know. Okay, I'm here to tell you. I'm gonna tell her.
And it's vice versa.
I'm gonna tell her, guys. I ain't gonna cap. But if I'm at the county, and as soon as I pick up, it say that everything that me and you talking about can be monitored. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and recorded specifically. Then no, I'm not.
I have no reason to talk about nor worry about a person and how many people or bodies they got on them.
He don't got nothing else. He bored. He's bored. These are his excuses. Moving forward to the Kendrick Lamar reply on one of the tapes, said Kendrick would never be bigger than Drake. Arguing Kendrick collaborates less broadly, mostly with Baby King, and thus reaches fewer audiences. I think Kendrick Lamar is the biggest rapper in the entire world right now.
You know I'm a fan.
I think men lie, women lie, numbers never lie. It looks like his tours are absolutely crazy here in America and abroad. And so, with that being said, I still don't know if he's bigger. Could ever be bigger than Drake. Maybe he's still right. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's bigger than Drake.
I do think that he is bigger than Drake right now. I think Drake has been diminished, but I am going to allow Iceman to come out and see the Iceman numbers, see the Iceman reaction Drake's new album, Iceman.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to wait on Iceman to come out. And I think he should put Iceman and George Gervin in one of the videos. Anyway, moving forward, Gunna, of course, Gunna, called him disloyal for taking the Alford plea. Said he planned to step on Gunna's release by timing business is business against a gift and a curse. And in another call, claimed he paid the juice sales streams so Gunna's DS Forever edged the Weeknd's Done FM. So basically, he's saying that he paid $50,000 to ensure that Gunna's album would go #1 over my man's The Weeknd. Gunna was one of his artists. I think this last album is the last album that he owes on the contract with Thug. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong.
Oh, that's the other snitch.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
baby.
sorry, but am I right? Okay.
Well, if anybody snitched and was a real snitch, I do think it was Gunna. Thug did not go on a judge in front of a judge and say this, that, and the third about anybody or YSL.
He just did the dry snitching.
Is dry snitching just as bad? I don't know. We'll find out in a couple years to come, when his new album
it can
drop.
be just as bad from a hood street perspective.
From a street perspective, it's horrible. It's over with. Don't even worry about it. Don't even go to the streets no more. YNs do not respect you anymore. That's over with. Now, from a business perspective, referencing Joe Budden in the Joe Budden podcast, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the greatest. It just is what it is. The numbers never lie. They said they feel like his career is basically over and hurt and tarnished very bad. And how are you going to sell to your core audience? You see, as slimes, you see, YNs. How are you going to sell? How's this going to look? Maybe he should have just got out and shut up and just made a bunch of party music, just like Gunna did. All right. Didn't diss 21. Nobody disses 21, call him the voice of reason. Lil Baby, he said that he feel like Lil Baby dissed Gunna too early, which was weird. I'm going to move past it. Now, from his, these are leaked jail recordings from his incarceration from May 2022 to October 2024. And he said last night while I was watching the interview with Big Bank that this information has been out. These tapes have been leaked. And whatever time whenever the people decided to push it out, that it was designed, it was there to try to hurt him and or affect him, but he feel like all publicity is good publicity. With that being said, is all publicity good publicity, especially in this, we're talking about this specific issue with Brother Young Thug.
With that particular issue, maybe it keeps him relevant. I don't know, but I personally don't think all publicity is good. I don't. Because I know what I would like to be known for. And so if it's something bad that I didn't do, I just wouldn't want to be known for something that's not to the core of who I am.
Thug explaining some of the clips could have been out of context, and in a new interview with Big Bank, like I already referenced, Thug says calls were venting. He called them venting during 23-hour lockdown. And claims that he, like I said before, that he had the same conversations with the artists, which is crazy. He got into a lot of more things during that interview, but I think we're going to let that part of the segment go. Now, what do you think about Atlanta rappers? Atlanta has been carrying hip-hop for a while.
Yeah.
Let's since the Ludacris era, the Lil Jon era, it's kind of been us.
T.I.
Been carrying it. Yeah, T.I. Okay. Now, we done it as a united front down here in the South. Especially Atlanta. Atlanta artists, they don't beef with one another. They collab and get the bag together. Now, with this situation right here, do you think it'll be a falling out among Atlanta rappers, or is there discord throughout the city now since this situation's popping up with Thug? They calling him a rat. They calling Gunna a rat. I mean, they're just calling people rats.
I don't think so, but I don't know. I have to just wait and give it more time to see.
Yeah. I guess it'll be a topic we'll touch later. I do think that this is the beginning of a shift.
For the rap game in Atlanta or hip hop?
Yeah, for rap and hip hop game in Atlanta. As far as what it'll be, like you just said, we'll have to wait and see. But I think this is the beginning of some type of shift. Maybe from so much just vibe music or whatever, because none of the music's selling anyway.
I was
you know
gonna
what I
say,
mean?
I don't listen to any of the new music and stuff, so I don't even know.
Right. Like, so I think music seems like is slowly shifting back, especially rap, hip hop, is shifting back to the bars and the substance. And so over the next few years, I'm looking for that shift to happen. Killer Mike just won Album of the Year a couple years ago. Nas won Album of the Year a couple years ago. I'm looking for the Clips to take home Album of the Year this year. And these are all bars, heavy bar work, no club anthems, no booty shaking music, as far as winning the highest trophy you can win, in your genre. So I think it's slowly shifting, and I think all this messy discord that's happening around Thug in the Atlanta area is shifting that. Now, one more thing before we move forward. It was something tweeted or posted and deleted, which was something about Atlanta artists and homosexuality by Young Thug. I think he was upset, or I don't know if it was even him. Allegedly, he tweeted something about Atlanta rappers and homosexuality, saying they'll never say anything about me because of this, that, and the third, or whatever. Do you think any of the superstars, the superstar rappers in Atlanta are weird like that?
I don't know. Like, that's something that I don't normally pay attention to. But if I had to, okay, you saying I don't see why
we used to call it the gay capital of the world, baby. We live right here.
Okay,
stop playing.
So what I'm saying though is I don't see why we would have to worry about somebody saying that or coming about Thug. We're talking about the man. Is this not the rapper who came out with a skirt or something when he was rapping?
Yeah, first album, yeah. Dress.
And we're talking about the city of Atlanta that's known for it. So what we're talking about, I'm not sure what we're saying, right? It's like, why would somebody have to go? People are going to form their own opinion and think what they want to think anyway. I did. I don't listen to him. When I saw the skirt, that said enough for me. You're talking about Atlanta. Like, I don't, I don't know. That's a little bit from if it was a person like me who's not into it, we're talking about a guy who wears a skirt. What are you talking about? What do they need to say? And you were sitting there just talking about other people with your old lady because you were bored. That's what you do when you bored. Okay. And
he didn't think it was a private conversation.
And it wasn't a private conversation. They told you it wasn't a private conversation. They said that you're being monitored and recorded. And on top of that, you were talking about a person who would compromise their integrity. I'll tell you anything you want because you're trying to holler at a person. Now, what do we need people to validate and say? Like, I don't understand. Like, I got my own opinion. I already had when you wore the skirt rapping.
This scandal has deeply shaken Atlanta's rap community, in my opinion, exposing infighting, loyalty issues, and fractured alliances within YSL and beyond. QC, Feel Away, P from QC feel away about what's going on. There's a lot going on in the A right now. But we're going to go ahead and move forward. Now, we got to get to this Brittany Renner and PJ Washington custody exchange viral video. I'm sure everybody's seen it. If you didn't, we'll probably put it up somewhere right here on the screen. Anyway, PJ Washington, ball player, baby daddy, comes to pick the baby up with what's apparently his girlfriend, wife, or fiance in the vehicle. Mm-hmm. She stays in the vehicle. He gets to the door. Looks like Brittany Renner, someone is filming for her.
Her mother.
I think you told me it was her mom.
It was definitely her mother.
Which is crazy work. Okay. So we see the film starts her opening the door with the baby in hand, already being combative and saying, I want to say that she was saying, this keep happening, or
he always cried. For the last 3 times he's done this or something, like, pause, this is what we're not gonna do. I didn't like it.
How did okay, was PJ Tucker, who I'm only a person as well, and I'm already being attacked by an aggressive person, my baby's crying.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
He was at the door. He's listening to you bash him about his son crying, but we all know that boys are mama boys. You're the custodian parent, so he's with you all the time. We know exactly how kids act when they're with a person. That doesn't mean anything because a toddler is crying. And then when you said that, the man you can tell he's just trying to get his son and go, because he reached for the diaper bag and you go to doing all this stuff for the camera that you had your mama, because y'all already pre-planned this. And so he was like, forget the diaper bag. And see, I'm a little passionate about it because I have children. Mm-hmm. I have a son who has a son. And so I know how I have seen and how they want to be out of a situation. Like, let me just leave. We'll just buy everything. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got to ask you for nothing. So he left you with the diaper bag. So you're following behind him. It was a statement that she said, and I don't know if it's verbatim, but she made a statement like, you need to come and do stuff with him or something. I was thinking, like, what does she mean by that? Because is this not him? I think she was
insinuating that during the times that it's not your custody time, come over and spend time with him and us.
That's crazy.
That's how it came off to me.
That's how it came off to me, too. I could
be wrong. I don't know how she meant it.
Because if he's picking him up, is that not him taking to go do something with him? So what are you talking about? So you're mad because he don't want to come to your house and spend time with you. You're mad because he's moving on? Or she just sounds like a bitter baby mama to me. And the fact that her mom was willing to record and go out there and then have exchange words with him and his significant other said a lot about the type of people that they are, her and her mother.
During the exchange, did it look like it was a mother protecting her son or a woman weaponizing her child against the
Definitely weaponizing, which a lot of bitter baby mamas do. A lot of baby mamas weaponize their child against the father for whatever ill feelings, resentment, regret, or just mad and still want the man type of energy.
This is going to be a really crazy question to any of our audience members who have a brain, but $170,000 for the new wife, $11,000 for the kid. Babe, is this a man securing his woman or neglecting his child?
Neither.
That's what I thought. I thought he was securing both.
Life. I mean, he's a toddler. What more? 11,000 at 2 or 3 years old is more than enough than what he needs and what you need to be able to get from that to give him. So why is you worried about what I got going on in my personal life? Long as I'm taking care of my child, I say neither.
Do you think the numbers even matter, or is this just more about control and perception? Well, I mean, was it the numbers? Was she feeling a way about because $11,000 for a kid, most Americans, 90% of Americans.
They said in a bank account. So that's not even
savings.
That's not, okay, so the 2 or 3 year old has $11,000 in his savings as of 2 or 3 years old. That's not including what he gives her monthly for the child. Again, this comes off as a bitter baby mama, and this is the issues with a lot of women like her. It caused men to not even want to deal with or be around their child. It would make them want to. I can understand, and I'm not giving them. I'm not saying it's right, but I can understand why a man be like, you know what? I'll just wait till my child get older. I don't want to deal with it. If I gotta go through this every time I come pick up my child, my son, like I don't want to go through this.
I heard a few OGs say that when I was younger.
I can understand it. I'm not saying it's right, but I can understand it.
What if the real damage was the message Brittany Renner is sending by uploading this footage online? And who really wins?
So I don't know what message she was trying to send, but obviously it didn't work. What I think the real damage is for her son. Because as a real mom, what you should have told him, it's okay. You can go with your dad. Your dad got you. Kiss him. If you're gonna walk out to the car, not be yelling at the dad, but go to comfort your child as he gets secured in the car because you're going with your dad where you're safe. If anything, it's the child that's been damaged because you're trying to insinuate or make him feel like he's supposed to feel like hollering and crying when he sees his dad, if anything.
Next question, very controversial question. I don't, and I heard them. I think they asked it on the Joe Budden show too. But should new wives even be present at custody exchanges, or is that just stirring the pot?
How?
Should new wives be present at custody exchanges?
I don't see a problem with them being present, especially.
Could there be a problem with the wife at the custody exchange from a combative, immature, still
child-minded,
delusional, maybe even, you never know. It's when it's he's super up. The Washington guy, I think he just got another bag. My brother Washington just got some more money. It should not be a
problem with the new wife being at the exchange. It shouldn't. But when you have immature women who's weaponizing children, who's doing all this stuff, then yeah, it would hardly be a problem because it's going to stir the pot because she wants where you are and she don't get that. And she thought maybe this baby was going to give her that.
You mentioned earlier that you have 2 blood sons and a bonus son, my son. So, if you knew that by them taking their brand new wife to pick up the baby from the combative woman would maybe be an issue for your son later on, even at home later. See how he can block Brittany, but he can't block his brand new wife in the truck who was yelling and sounded like she was ready to whoop Brittany.
Her mom.
Okay. She was yelling at the mom?
The mom said something to her and she yelled at the mom. Mm-hmm.
So she was ready to whoop Brittany and mama?
I think she was ready to fight the mom. I think if I remember correctly.
Now listen. You my wife. I don't want to take you to a situation where you could possibly be riled up like that. How's our ride home conversation gonna look? How's our energy gonna be for the next couple hours in the home? Come on, Jannar, now, huh? Making a little sense to you?
No, because at the end of the day, I should be able to ride with you, and whether she's combative or have an attitude or whatever, because at this point we have courts and the paperwork says I'm coming to get my child, whether I got my wife with me or not. So what you talking about?
I totally agree. I completely and totally agree. I just had to be the devil's advocate.
But if you got a mature person and they want to keep the peace and stuff, then we might try to do that. But I'm not mad at the wife for wanting to be with or him bringing his wife, because the woman clearly said you should come over here more. I mean, the way I took what she actually said, it wasn't verbatim, but she basically said you should come over here more and spend time with your child before you come pick him up and take him home with you. Why do you want, it was a lot.
You're going to like this question. It's right up your alley. Do you think Brittany's mom stepping in was protection or projection of her own pain onto her daughter's situation? Obviously, you're here living with your daughter, and her husband didn't work out for you.
I don't know about that part of it. But I would say we're talking about a woman who clearly raised a daughter who thought getting a baby by a man was going to secure their living situation, this and that. Her mom is the one who brought up the money part. So again, the mentality of her and her daughter must be that, we're talking about a girl, the Brittany girl dated a guy and was willing to do anything for him because he had money. Like, she put on a whole Muslim outfit just because he got money and he said, I'm his girlfriend. Like, a girl who would do anything for that, and her mama who raised her,
Now, I got a couple more questions on this situation right here, and I got an opinion myself. Is filming custody exchanges clout chasing or a mother's way of protecting her receipts?
Off the hand, I would say it's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both.
I think she was definitely clout chasing, thinking it was going to give something that it wasn't, and it gave you the villain instead of whatever you wanted to give. And it's definitely her trying to have a receipt, which made no sense. Like, you can tell any woman who has dealt with a deadbeat baby daddy, who has really dealt with an absent parent, who is really a single parent, looked at her in disgust. Like, girl, he come to pick up his child, give him his child and let him go spend time with him. What is your problem? You know what I'm saying? So it backfired on her, but I think it was a little bit of both.
My closing thought on that is, at the end of the day, Brittany Renner, at the end of the day, Brittany Renner is a victim of poor choices in men. And in my personal opinion, PJ Washington is the victim here. If this is how money, fame, and Instagram couples can look behind the scenes, I don't want anything to do with it. Y'all can have it. Just give me the money. Babe, do you think that PJ and Brittany can ever put their differences aside for the sake of their child? Or is this a game that's already too far gone?
No, I think they can. I definitely think they can. It's going to take a lot of maturity, especially from the mother from the video I saw. But yeah, I think they can.
Okay. Great. Quick fire bonus segment. It's not going to be quick. So you know the rumors thrown around about Ciara and Russell Wilson changing the name of Future Son's last name from Wilburn to Wilson. Okay, so from Future Wilburn, the second or junior, to Future Wilson. How do you feel about that? Should a mother have the power to make the choice with her new family, or is it wrong to discard the father's input on something as permanent as a child's last name?
I thought the father has to sign off for that.
I'm sure in different states and in different custody situations, and they operating in different bags. I don't know. I'm
not mad at it. I'm not, because I'm with if I don't know their living situation, their parenting situation with him. I don't know. I know Future has a lot of children. He has a lot of them. I don't know his relationship with all of them, but this is the one because he has a relationship or had a relationship with another celebrity and had a child. It's a little bit more public. However, if I'm in Ciara and me and my husband, we're growing our family and he's the primary man figure, father figure in my son's life, again, I don't know, but if he is the primary father figure in my son's life and he's the one that's been raised by Wilson and everybody in the house last name Wilson,
okay,
I don't want him feeling left out. I'm changing my son's name I'm not mad at it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at it. Now,
that's crazy work, baby.
I'm just saying I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm with you. Just I only
But
can
I
give a
don't
man
know
perspective.
their parenting style. They're like, how much time do Future spend with the child?
Well, we know Russell loves him and spent a lot of
We
time.
know Russell loves him and been his father since he been with Ciara. We know Future had a lot to say, and he do a lot of. I hate to say this to you, Future, but you do a lot of at the beginning. Did a lot of little boy stuff. We were talking about when, as women like me, was looking at the situation. We was like, oh, man versus boy.
Man,
I would have rolled with a man too if I was Ciara,
I didn't see this coming when Jay-Z said, in the future, playing football with your son. I think I got 2 more questions on this. Would you see that as a sign of moving forward with love? It sounds like you do. Or slapping a face to the father's role?
I mean, I'm definitely going to move for the father or forward with love. And if it just, hit you in the face because of how you acted or treated or didn't behave, so be it. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay. Let's say name change period. That's cool. Are you a nurture or nature person? Do you think that the DNA of a kid matters or trumps the raising or environment of a kid?
I do not believe it trumps because I was raised by different people who wasn't DNA kin to me, and it played a part of who I am and made me separate and thrive from what my genetics said I would be. So yeah, I'm definitely a nurturer.
So you think nurture does matter?
It does matter. It absolutely matters. I'm living proof.
Okay. Would you want to sleep in the house with a brand new Menendez baby? Let's say one of the Menendez brothers got out. They just got denied the other day. Shout out to the Menendez brothers. But they just got denied. But let's say they didn't get denied, had a baby. Would you spend the night with a Menendez baby? Just
spend the night?
Just spend the night with the baby.
Yeah, I would. Okay. I would spend a night with them in wherever the killer baby. I mean, the people, that kill people.
The kill their parents.
I would. Now, what I want to. But see, that's the thing. I don't know if I would take them in and raise them, but I do think that does play a part. Me personally, if I know your background, if I know, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like going through the adoption process. Who was the parents? What was the parents on? What kind of, you know what I'm saying? This and that. You have that right as an outside source to monitor or have, or I don't know the proper term, but I would want to know before I actually take something in. So me personally, yeah, I don't mind the killer baby coming and stay, but do I want to raise the killer baby that has this family has this mental illness that, might, I don't know if I would, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I do think nurturing matters. I want to see that question.
I don't think a stepdad's love should replace a father's last name. And I do believe that the future son will always be Future's biological son.
He will.
And I think at the end of the day, maybe 20 years we'll see if we're still here. If the Lord's will, we should be, no problem. If we guarantee 10. And so we'll still be monitoring this situation. But I think in 20 years, young Future will be carrying the legacy of Future, opposed to the legacy of Russell Wilson. But we'll see how it plays out.
I mean, I think if Russell had a choice to choose his biological son or his son that he took in to carry his legacy, there's no question who he's going to choose. We'll see what happened with him. What's the great thing about this situation is that this little boy has all this support and has all this stuff that he can carry on in, whether it's through what his stepfather or his father or both do, a little bit of both. I don't know. But I don't think if we see little Future grow up and become a great football player, I don't think we'll be mad that he chose football over music, which is
women.
Or women, yeah. That's all I'm just saying. And I think we would probably be more of Man, Wilson did a great job with this child.
I think we're done. I mean, we already can say that.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's doing a great job with Future's son. That is crazy.
But I don't think we'll be upset if he was to go with music and do the thing. We'd be like, well, we knew he was his father's child. You know, like it's just, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I had 10 women on the party bus with him. That's, it's just there. Yeah. Thanks, babe. I think we did a great job. Let's wrap it up, and that's major.
That's major.
Yeah.